Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers, this is your host Ram, welcoming you to your cricket happening show after quite a long time. As I said, I've taken a short break, so as and when I find time, I definitely connect to you. Yes, it won't be as professional as what it was before, for sure. But as I said, it's a 1 month break for me right now, so you won't find it professional enough right now, but nevertheless I managed to connect to you, which I'm really glad about, and pardon me today that it's just a test I'm doing, that things are working here, so I'm just connecting to you today. So well, friends and subscribers, I hope you're all doing okay. And what I have for you today on this cricket show is, right now we have a live match happening in the final ODI, which is the decider in the 5-match ODI series, where both sides are almost locked right now. I believe it is well, the first one just trying to figure out. There was one washout, and then we had West Indies winning the next one, and then India winning the other one. So yes, West Indies definitely have a chance to square the series as far as India is concerned. So right now it reads 2-1 in favor of India, with West Indies on 1. So West Indies would be the ones who will be under pressure, because they have to go and win this final ODI at Trivandrum in the Greenfield Stadium, which is hosting its first ever ODI. And West Indies, I can tell you for a fact that giving you a live cricket update here from Trivandrum, West Indies were the ones who won the toss. They chose to bat. They made one change. They brought in Devendra Bishu in place of Ashley Nurse, who unfortunately has been injured, and that would be a big blow, because Ashley Nurse has been contributing a great deal with both bat and ball for West Indies. And as I'm talking to you, West Indies are in absolute strife right now. We are in the 6th over, and West Indies have already lost 2 openers. They decided to experiment today with an opening pair of the aggressive Roman Powell, the all-rounder, and the other Powell, Kieron Powell. And Kieron Powell actually was the first victim, and it was Bhuvneshwar Kumar was the bowler, where Powell tried to use his feet and tried to drive at a ball which was leaving him, and Dhoni took a very good catch, just flinging in and picking up a good catch. So that was wicket number 1, and after that they lost another big wicket, and that was the big fish, one could call, and we all know that he's one of the talented batsmen in the Caribbean. We are talking about Shai Hope, and Shai Hope perished, as this was done wonderfully well by Bumrah, who got the ball to swerve in, got the inside edge, and castled him. He was clean bowled by Bumrah. So Bumrah and Kumar have already picked up 1 wicket each, and right now as I'm talking to you, the West Indies are at 10 for 2. Right now as I'm talking to you, there's a boundary which has been hit by Roman Powell. Now Roman Powell was especially sent here, I reckon, to take advantage of the power play, and I thought that was a good move on their part, and this is what Roman Powell has been sent for. He has taken advantage of the power play here, and he has lofted it over the infield for a beautiful boundary. Roman Powell, his first boundary, so he's not out on 5. Out for 11 dealt with 1-4. Marlon Samuels, who has to find some form very quickly, just eked out 3 runs after facing 14 balls. And the next delivery after that boundary was hit, where Powell actually lofted Bumrah in a very, very disdainful manner, where a beautiful shot, where Bumrah comes back with a real knocker for Roman Powell, as he produces a ripper of a delivery to tell Powell that what he means here. He pitches it up, The ball Powell was forced to play at it, but there was some late away swing and it did him all ends up. So that's the situation. 10 for 2, West Indies after 5 points. So I will be revisiting it as and when anything eventful happens in that particular match. And I will also leave you with the live cricket update. But right now I am going to talk to you about a game that happened yesterday. We are talking about the T20 series which started between Pakistan and New Zealand. It was played, as you know, Pakistan steamrollered the Aussies into a 3-0. They were subjected to a 3-0 defeat in the T20 series, and now this is the second. This is New Zealand who are there in the United Arab Emirates, and they were playing Pakistan. So, but the first match was won by Pakistan. But let me tell you, it was a very, very close match. As Pakistan actually won the match by just 2 runs, and they went away all the way down to the wire, where even with an experienced Ross Taylor at the crease and a good player like Tim Southee at the crease, and with New Zealand needing 17 runs for victory of the final over, it was the young left-arm pacer Shaheen Afridi who was subjected to the test, and yes, he definitely had to give away 15 odd runs, but at least he saved Pakistan there, and Pakistan actually won the match by 2 runs. So just talking about the game here, Pakistan were the ones who batted first. As you know, Babar Azam and Saibzada Farhan opened the innings. Saibzada Farhan really struggled to put back the ball, and then finally it was Ajaz Patel, the left-arm spinner from New Zealand, who was actually making his one-day T20 debut, and he actually was the one who picked up the first wicket when Colin Munro picked up a good catch for the bowling of Patel, giving Patel his maiden T20 victim in international cricket. So Farhan was out for 1. Babar Azam, who was the mainstay, was the man of the series against the T20 series and against Australia. That was the big fish that New Zealand were waiting to capture, and that came through the efforts of the pace bowler Adam Min, who was really bowling in the good areas, and he was the one who got Babar Azam to nick one. That Babar Azam actually was taken in by the extra bounce generated by Adam Min's pace, and that left Babar Azam in a real spot, as Babar Azam actually attempting to drive at a delivery outside the off stump, nicked it into the trying drive, got a nick onto it, and Tom Seifert, the wicket keeper behind the stumps, made no mistake. So Babar Azam was out for 7, so that was a big wicket for New Zealand, as he had tormented the Aussies. Saibzada Farhan was out for 1, and then they promoted Asif Ali in the batting order, and that was a sort of a surprise, as Ramesh Raja in the commentators box definitely pointed that out, and the reason they were saying that was because Asif Ali was basically sent in because of his aggressive nature, where he likes to give the ball a real tonk. But Asif Ali came in, but definitely, did not do. He definitely did a bit of justice. But one was wondering, because Asif Ali was not in any good form, and probably Pakistan wanted to see to it. They are probably doing an experimentation here, trying to see whether Asif Ali could actually take the New Zealand attack by the scruff of the neck. But well, he couldn't. But the one man who really did that was Mohammad Hafiz, the experienced batsman, who really plundered runs, as he made 45, joined in a good partnership, because at that particular stage Pakistan were 10 for 2 in the 4th over, and there was a 67 runs partnership that happened, which really helped Pakistan recover, as the score moved on to 77. Mohammad Hafiz playing some brilliant strokes, and his contribution was 45, 36 deliveries, 5 fours, 2 sixes. And there was some very good fielding. In fact, Mohammad Hafiz was brilliantly caught after he tried to fierce cut through point region, but Tim Charlie sprang onto it like a panther and picked up the catch inside just inches of the turf, and Asif and Mohammad Hafiz was gone for 45, 36 ball, 5 fours, 2 sixes. Asif Ali made 24 of 21 deliveries. Another good catch taken by Glenn Phillips there, flinging himself and picking it up. Timing his jump absolutely perfectly to pick up that catch, as Asif Ali's contribution 24 of 21, 1 4, 1 6. Sarfraz Ahmed did his bit, contributing 34 of 26, 3 fours, 1 6. And Asif Ali also hit one very big 6 as well in that knock. Shoaib Malik was unfortunately run out for 8 in his comeback game, 8 of 7 balls with 1 4. And then finally it was left to Ahmed Wazim and Fahim Ashraf. Ahmed Wazim did one good thing in the penultimate and the last ball of a Tim Saudi over, as he first slapped him for a boundary, and then a gorgeous hit of the last ball of the match, as Ahmed Wazim sent him towering into the stands for a huge 6, as the Pakistan innings reached 148 for 6 of the 20 overs. Ahmed Wazim not out on 14 of 5 balls, 1 4 and 1 6, and that 2 blows really made a difference. As you look at the margin there, the Pakistanis won the match by 2 runs. Fahim Ashraf was not on 10 of 8 balls with 1 6. So 148 for 6 definitely looked a decent score under the circumstances. And if you look at the wickets there, Akshay Patel, Ajas Patel, 4 overs, 1 for 27 on his T20 debut. Tim Saudi, 4 overs, none for 30. Adam Min, I thought, was the best bowler, 4 overs, 2 for 28. Granholm, 3 overs, 1 for 24. Reece Sodhi, 4 overs, 1 for 24. And Munro, 1 over, which cost him 13 runs. But one has to say that the New Zealand fielding was quite sharp. Now, there was a target of 149 runs to win from 20 overs for the Kiwis. Well, they blazed off. I mean, it was all thanks to Colin Munro, who really gave them a blazing start, as 50 runs were put up in 6 overs, which was pretty good going. Because if you look at the asking rate, if one looks at the asking rate, it was 7.4, and in the power play overs, Colin Munro made sure that he made full use of the power play overs, as he really went slam bang against the bowling of Ahmed Wazim by depositing him for 6s and boundaries. Fahim Ashraf also got a bit of a knocker. Hassan Ali was treated with absolute disdain, as Munro smashed 58 of 42 deliveries, 6 fours and 3 sixes in that very, very entertaining knock. And then 50 runs were put up, with the majority of the runs being made by Colin Munro in that partnership of 50, with Glenn Phillips contributing only 12 runs. But then Hassan Ali, who really dealt a few lusty blows by Munro, actually got the wicket of Glenn Phillips of the final delivery, when he actually castled him, as Glenn Phillips was clean bowled with a back of the hand delivery from Hassan Ali, and he was gone for 12 or 15 balls with 2 fours. And then Colin Munro carried on, and then Colin Munro finished when the score reached 79, as after all his pyrotechnics, caught Asif Ali bowled a Shadab Khan the leggy for 58 of 42, 6 fours and 3 sixes. But once Colin Munro was gone, this New Zealand innings lacked the impetus. They lost Kane Williamson, who actually hit a ball back to Ahmed Wazim, and was caught and bowled for 11 of 16 deliveries. Granholm got himself run out for 6. Anderson out for 9 of 12 balls. Seifert lost his stump to Hassan Ali, who took 2 important wickets in the end, especially Corey Anderson, the danger man, making a comeback into the New Zealand team. And then finally it was left to Ross Taylor and Tim Southee, as there was a span of play where the New Zealand were really kept at a tight leash by the spinners, and runs were not easy to come by. So that was sorry about it, dear fans and friends and subscribers. It's just I'm doing the adjustment here of my video camera here. Thanks for your company. Thanks for understanding. As I said, I'm just trying to do the show from whichever location possible. As I said, I am on a holiday right now. Right. So just keeping the topic going here, and it was and New Zealand was given 17 runs to get. Definitely, Ross Taylor was looking good, and Southee tried their best. Ross Taylor in particular, but and it was given to Shaheen Shah Afridi, the youngster left-arm pace bowler, to go and see whether he could defend 17, and definitely did that. But definitely he gave away 15 runs, and in the end it was a 2-run victory for Pakistan, with Ross Taylor not out 42 of 20 balls, 3/4. Tim Southee not out 5. I thought Pakistan really came back hard after the Colin Munro onslaught was over, and saw to it that they won the match. Mohammad Hafiz took the man of the match award. Ahmed Wasim was normally one knows that Ahmed Wasim is someone who is someone sort of a T20 specialist, where he comes in and bowls the first over. But here yesterday he got a bit of tap from Colin Munro's bat. 4 overs 1 for 26 for Ahmed Wasim. 5 Ashraf 2 overs none for 15. Hassan Ali 4 overs 3 for 35 to pick of the bowlers. 3 overs none for 13 for Hafiz, who bowled in a miserly fashion. Sharaf Khan picked up the important wicket of Colin Munro. 4 overs 1 for 26. Shaheen Shah Afridi was costly with the ball, but not before in 2 overs probably he had given I think 12 runs, if I'm not wrong, and then probably it was 14 runs in 2 overs, and then with 15 runs or given of the final over, 3 overs done. But that didn't really matter in the end. What did matter was that Pakistan had won the match by 2 runs, a close game at that. So definitely what it says is that Australians were someone who were really struggling against the Pakistani bowlers, but New Zealand are totally a different kettle of fish, and definitely Pakistan have to work much harder if they have to still get more victories against New Zealand, probably even win the T20 series. But I think New Zealand would really pose a very good challenge. It was an exciting match. Well, just before I go, I'm just going to give you a live cricket update. Yes, West Indies are slowly but surely recovering as I'm talking to you. The score has moved up by 20 runs after I last spoke to you. They are now, right now, the score reached 30 for 2. Marlon Samuels has shown his wares here. He's not out on 22 of 26 deliveries, which included 3 4s and 1 6. It's good to see that for the first time Marlon Samuels is firing up here. Roman Powell has become pretty quiet after that boundary that he hit of Jasprit Bumrah, but Marlon Samuels has definitely taken it up. But Indians are definitely doing well because and Khalil Ahmed, who was very, very impressive in the previous ODI. In fact, Samuels actually hit a shot with a lot of gumption as Samuels just stood still and just smashed him over the top for a magnificent 6. And he also has hit a 4 in this particular over, and it looks like Marlon Samuels has decided to play strokes today, which is wonderful to watch because we all know what a wonderful player he is when he gets going, Marlon Samuels. So that's the match situation, dear fans and subscribers. On this note, it's about time for me to wind up this cricket show, but as I said, dear friends and subscribers, as and when I find time. It might be a bit irregular, it might be unprofessional, but it's not about it's all about my passion for the game. It's all about you wanting to hear me, and as and when I definitely will try to connect with you on Twitter. So you can always go to my Twitter page to look at the cricket tweets, but here I am on your cricket show today, and I'm glad that I could do this cricket show. It was a sort of a real test for me, which I have done it. So I hope to keep in touch with you all as the days go by on this holiday of mine. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it's been a pleasure bringing you this daily cricket show of mine, and I hope to see you all as and when I do my next cricket show. Until then, it's goodbye from Ram Studios. Thank you.